Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. After the break, we continue on into part 2, or episode 2 of Nature's Bizarre Adventure 3, aka week 1, part 2. So, Balil, take us off.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, Edward, after you come out of the closet, you get taken to the side by a small Chinese man.
Yeah, a hand
small
just
for you.
yeah, a hand just lands on your shoulder, and you just immediately turn, and there's a smiling Chinese guy there with a flask. He looks at you and then immediately goes, "You look like a man who could use some liquid courage from the island of Islay. Come with me, come with me. Here."
Sure. It just takes this flask and just...
You ever had single malt before?
I've just had what's been at the grocery store.
He claps you on the back. "Oh, brother, you are going to have the best time with this. You will not be able to go back to that school. Here.
Yeah.
Roll a constitution check now.
Let me just quickly. Malvolio wheels his way out of the closet afterwards, and looks at Edward getting pulled away by this Chinese man with shoving a flask in his face, and Malvolio just shakes his head. That guy finds himself in the worst situations.
I love it.
Yeah, so...
After you take a drink, good stuff, right? It's the peat. That's what really brings out the flavor.
Oh, see.
He's like,
Don't like it?
back.
I get...
It's burning his fucking throat.
Yeah.
Don't like it? I guess it could be an acquired taste, but trust me, brother, you want to acquire it. Goes ahead, puts it back in, and congratulations, man.
Congratulations on what? I didn't get married or anything.
Oh, come on, it's all over your face.
What?
It's all over your face. You just found someone. Come on, you were so happy.
No, that's
So, tell me, J. Jonah,
Jimmy
what are you doing here?
I myself have picked
that
up...
That is going to be a +5.
You're rolling a forceful?
No, not a forceful. This is flashy.
Yeah.
A flashy?
Yeah.
He's being very exuberant and,
okay. Shoving an alcohol in his mouth,
Yeah, going ahead,
slapping
keeping
his
him
ass
off
a couple
balance.
times.
Yeah.
Forceful would be more like he walks over and, pushes him against the wall and says, "Okay, buddy,
okay.
let's have a talk."
This is me being nice and friendly and open.
Should Edward do a quote-unquote defense roll?
If he wants to, or if he just wants to go along with it, that just gives him a context of exactly how charming I'm being.
Yeah, he's probably just gonna go along with it, too.
This Chinese man's got a real long personality.
Oh, Lord.
Welcome to Major 3, where Edward has a crush on absolutely everyone in the
all
party.
the boys.
Anyway,
Playing with them boys.
What a weird game.
Continuing, though, continuing.
Continuing. You see, I'm actually a private detective, and...
Oh,
yeah,
no kidding.
No kidding. What do you mean?
No. It's just, I work with a lot of you guys in my line of work.
Oh,
What city are you?
Chicago.
Oh, well, I guess that's why I don't know about you.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm out from the West Coast.
Oh, that makes sense. Currently working on a case that I was given by a friend. So, yeah.
Case by a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And the massive prize money doesn't have anything to do with it?
I mean, money's always nice. It's an extra bonus.
He pulls out the flask again and wiggles it. Yeah, buys good stuff like this.
Yeah, I don't usually make the bank I could for that kind of drink.
Oh, that is a shame. Here, have another.
Yeah, he just eagerly takes a takes a good long.
How strong is
sip.
this alcohol, Kit?
Well, I mean,
pretty
it's Scotch whiskey, so it's got stick to it.
Okay, so if
He
Jimmy
hasn't had that much of it yet.
no, what I'm saying is if Edward has only gotten cheap shit at the grocery store, he's probably gonna start feeling something soon.
Yeah, he probably.
Let's see. Actually, let me see if I can't get the specific alcohol content.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
It's a 50%.
It's 86 proof.
Oh Jesus.
Jeez.
Which is, I believe, like...
That's
40%
43% by volume alcohol.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's starting to feel it a bit. Yeah.
A bit.
Just a bit. Slur a
Is that
little.
2 sips?
Oh
Yeah.
come on. Well, after a few swigs, I'd be starting to feel some shit.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. He can take it. Come on.
Yeah.
Mm.
That is some.
So,
really good. Yeah.
so you're a private dick out of Chicago, huh?
If you want to call, yeah. Let's just
Yeah.
go with that. Yeah.
Hmm.
May I ask a bit about yourself, if I'm gonna
yeah,
give
yeah,
my
of course,
life
of
story?
course. Hey, he goes ahead and offers you his hand. I'm Lee.
Name's Shimmy Telford.
he just kind of gives you a look. Okay, Jimmy.
Yeah.
So, I gotta know. Where's the
Mhm.
jailbird name come from? Is
Yes.
that a nickname or anything, or is that just a family name? That I gotta know the behind. I mean, my last name it's just Shaw. Nothing fun there.
It kind of runs in the family. It's a nickname of the family.
A nickname of the family. You've got a last name that's a nickname for the family. That is awesome.
Yes.
Gives you the flask again.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Yeah. Now he's starting to feel it for sure.
Hold on, I'm getting to it. So, I couldn't help but overhearing. Sorry, I was just against the wall, going ahead, trying to lay a little bit low here.
That's you.
I kind of overheard that you got mixed up in that whole Quad City mess.
Yeah, I did.
Here, take a double.
Thank you.
We're gonna. Oh God, Jesus! We're gonna turn him into an alcoholic.
I thought he was meant to be one already. So
He's not that stereotypical of a detective.
He drinks now and then.
He doesn't have that much money for alcohol.
Yeah,
He
pretty much.
he goes ahead, takes the flask bath to the death of our civil liberties.
Yeah.
So, am I here? The other thing is, again, couldn't help but overhear, but are you already, planning to go ahead and get an advantage by putting together a team on this whole thing?
Isn't it part of the rules to have teams, or am I wrong, Blue?
The thing is that you can have teams.
Yeah, I'm putting together a team with that kid over there and my assistant.
Oh, huh. Yeah, I just got dropped in this
Have
alone.
Another, especially one who has access to such great moves.
Well, I mean, if you're asking.
Yeah, he holds his hand out. It would normally just be flat, but with how much he's feeling it, it shifts down, and then he has to catch himself.
Okay, when you go ahead and, take his hand, he goes ahead and puts his hand on yours and presses a couple of points on your hand, and you start to feel a little bit more sober. I got other tricks, too.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I know that one.
I
Now-
love it.
I mean, I could clear it all, but that really ends up hurting quite a bit. And, I mean, if I did that, last time I did it on a guy, glasses broke, and just look at that chandelier.
Yeah, that's more than I would probably make my entire life. So let's not break that.
Sure thing, Ed. And walks off.
I love it. I love it. Okay, now on the other side of the room.
Yeah, so MCA kind of sidles up to Elaine.
Trying to look nonchalant, she reaches into the only pocket on her suit that she has, pulls out a nectarine, and then flicks a knife out of her sleeve to start cutting it into slices.
Yeah.
Nectarine?
No, thank you. I'm trying to watch my frame. She kind of like shrugs and leans back a little bit, kind of against the wall, and says, "So, think I've heard of you."
Me?
Yeah. You.
What about me?
Well, rumors around the agency do tend to fly.
Work for the Bureau?
Yeah. She holds out her hand. Major Ashford, United States Marine Corps. I'm on special loan to the FBI for this assignment.
She holds out her hand in return, and she's like, Lane Baxter Pruitt.
Good to have you out here with us, Agent Pruitt. Or Special Agent?
Thank you. She nods.
Excellent. Always like working with the FBI. Professionals. Through and through.
We try to be.
So, what do you make of our friend over there? And she nods at Edward and Jet.
Jet? You mean,
Lee.
Yeah, Jet,
Yes.
Lee.
Same
Jet's
character.
his nickname.
Lee
It's
Jet
the
Shaw.
same.
Yeah.
You could call him Shaw or Lee or Jet or
Uh,
Don't call him Bruce. That's his father.
Yeah.
No, that's his brother.
Fuck.
The,
Bruce and Jackie are his brothers.
Okay.
so, the Chinese guy Lee looks he seems kind of interesting, but he looks like one of those guys that'll drink and make you talk your ear off and then just like completely and utterly peace out. The kid looks familiar. Don't remember exactly where.
You read the dossiers on that debacle in Quad City?
I mean, I was, around at the time.
Yeah, the whole thing with that Murdoch guy going crazy, blowing up a bunch of buildings.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, that kid there, he's, here he's, apparently he's one of Murdoch's, devotees. Apparently the guy had a whole thing going on. A bunch of kids following some crazy cult-like situation.
Thought all the kids died in that scenario.
Officially, they did. Unofficially, at least 2 of them survived. One of them's, and she actually looks like she actually looks like she's going to say something, then, thinks better of it and says, off the books, we don't know where she is, but the other one, Edward there, yeah, he's one of them. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on him, figure out, what his angle in all this is.
So I am rolling a careful roll because that is information that is on weird amounts of clearance.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
So I'm going to resist this with sneaky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Dice.
This clearance is off the charts.
Oh my god!
Elaine, what is her clearance level?
It's over 9,000. Shit, okay.
Again,
Again,
it's
9,000.
24.
That can't be
All
right.
right. I'm afraid I actually rolled literally 3 6s and a 5. So with my
Wow,
sneaky of
jeez.
+2, that is a 6 total.
Oh my gosh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that seems right. Like, you know,
Fantastic result.
yeah, I mean, you
I mean,
can't.
maybe she
you-
was in the need to know section. You
Yeah.
know.
I mean, one thing that comes to your mind is why is someone of such a high standing informing you now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like so, or you know, like there's tons of reasons that they could like you can get read in on something that's above your clearance level. So that's probably what I'm assuming now.
Yeah. Just so here's the thing. I need help keeping an eye on this guy in case he tries pulling anything fishy. And between you and me, she kind of, you know, just sort of like gives you a little sidelong look, and you know, like this very obvious, like, sizing you up. Maybe I should let you in on something. And says, between the two of us, I think you might be right. I think something more is going on in all this, and you know, I think he's our best lead in terms of finding out exactly what actually went down in the whole Quad City debacle.
I mean, there's something that they're not telling us about it.
Right? I'm glad you know, the files on you weren't wrong. You do, you know, you aren't, you know, so easily duped.
I mean, keep in mind, like that was my first. Like I was working in the file room at the time.
Well, between the two of us, she gives you this very. Hold on a second.
Zentai.
Okay, sorry about that. Ambulance. Anyway, she gives you this very conspiratorial, like, hey, I'm letting in on a big. Geez.
Two in that room.
Okay,
Not
yeah,
a
she
big
goes.
one.
Man, one of the guests is getting really fucking rowdy.
Yeah, but she basically gives you this very like, I'm letting you in on a secret, like here's me confiding in you look, and goes, you know, between the two of us, I think that you know there's a lot more going on here, and I think that you know, we working together can crack this one wide open. You know, I just need you to be willing to give me a hand on all this.
All right, and keep each other apprised. Try to get in with the group.
Yeah. Now listen, I saw Mr. Lee, Mr. Shaw, you know, talking with Edward earlier. I think they're planning on grouping up. You two were having a nice little conversation before. You can get us in with them, then we can keep the whole thing. We can, you know, keep this whole thing undercover. You know, infiltrate their group and keep an eye on Mr. Who can his last name, right?
Edward's last name.
Oh, it's Edgeworth,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, his last name is Edgeworth.
Yeah, and keep an eye
He
on
took his
Mr.
mom's
Edgeworth.
last name.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'd be all right.
Yeah, she.
I can work my angle, but but I'm gonna do the whole like, you know, give you the gentle reminder of Fieldcraft 101. Yeah, but you're gonna have to kind of play nice with him the entire until he slips up.
Trust me, I'm you know, I can be nice and gentle as long as I need to be. At which point, stop being so gentle. She offers you a hand.
Yeah,
Partners.
she'll slip the knife back into her sleeve, and then take yours.
Yeah, shakes your hand. And yeah. So with that,
Yeah, the lights dim. You don't know how these are dimmer lights, but they are.
Just quickly, how many people have rocked up? Like, how many people are in the room?
Oh, there's like at least a couple hundred just in this room alone. You imagine there's probably more staying in their guest rooms, but this is at least a couple hundred people.
Okay, so as the lights dim, Leah's going to walk up to what the hell, Elaine, and go, "Told ya, dim lights up there."
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine MC and Elaine were like next to the stairwell.
Yeah, okay, that works.
Sunny gets off of the stairs. She was sitting up there.
Yeah.
You hear slight music. It's a weird rock ballad for some stupid reason. The music swells and then stops. The lights undim, and you just hear tick, like steps, and like a third step, which you imagine is probably a cane. As the palest and skinniest old man you've ever seen. His skin bone white even. You can't really make it out from down there. But the room is just completely silent. Welcome, everyone.
There's
an awkward silence.
Everyone just looks up at him.
It's surprising at how 200 people are silent right now.
Okay, Lee goes ahead and toasts at the man.
Oh, and by the way, during the power ballad, Elaine leans over and whispers to Lee, "There can be only one."
God damn it.
Shut up.
I am a Super Saiyan.
I'm referencing Highlander, but
Yeah, that's why there should have been.
I was referencing something else. A little
Can't
more.
imagine, can't imagine what.
I wonder what it is.
I wonder.
It probably is Highlander sequel,
It's far off the beaten path as they got. That's really not that far out there.
Yeah, but anyway, he continues his thing, very clearly resting on his cane. He goes, "Welcome to my residence. I am your host, Nick Easy."
Clap.
In my time of being alive, all the 160 years of it,
Clap.
Yeah, just with that.
I have accrued a large wealth.
I'm so wealthy right now.
You could never imagine.
If any of you keep up with the papers, I have never had a child. So, in order to pass on the Easy franchise, I've decided to hold a competition for the new heir to my fortune.
I imagine something gasped and mutter.
Yeah.
If I can just get the button manufacturer, I'm happy.
Yeah, MZA's eyes behind her glasses narrow at this as she starts going, thinking internally, like, why does he need to gather a bunch of stand users to find an heir?
Yeah, Edward is, taking notes from the side.
Regardless, welcome to the King's Highway. Yeah, like smoke.
Yeah, like a light comes on behind him, like a big sign that says King's Highway competition.
On the other side of the room, like a projector shows off the route of King's Highway, which I will send, and you can probably analyze that because I need to get something out of the oven real quick when I send that. So,
Time to have a nice look.
You'll love. It'll be real good. Where the fuck is it? Where is it? God damn it! Where is it? No. 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 Where is it? Come on.
Sky.
I hope it's not. I hope it's not beyond.
I
That
hope-
would suck.
Yeah,
As he's talking about the King's Highway and his vast fortune and such, Malvolio is grinning, quite pleased with himself. Seemingly.
Mm-hmm. There
and
it is.
when the lights dim as well,
Yeah.
Olivia, when the lights dim, she continues to. No, not everyone notices, but she seems to continue to glow very momentarily after lights dim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna grab the thing out the oven real quick.
Okay, so while that is happening,
Yeah.
MCA
Analyzing.
goes to Lee and says, "Excuse me, Mr. Shaw." Mr. Lee Shaw.
I'm just Marines.
Was it?
Marines. Am I right?
Yes.
Aren't they?
Yes. Surprised you. Are you a military man yourself?
Oh no. Oh no. You guys wouldn't have wanted me.
Of course.
I would not fit.
I don't know about that. And you. She actually looks at you and you can almost see the gears turning in her head as she realizes that she actually literally has nothing on you. Yeah, well, you're I mean you made it here. That's a pretty impressive feat.
I just tried to cross the country. I mean,
well, yes.
yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. With all the new travel restrictions, it's not as easy as it used to be. But mostly gas, pedal, drive, fill up, drive.
Hi, I'm back.
Oh, good, excellent. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. As Easy starts to talk again, MCA uses this opportunity to disengage from the conversation, realizing that she's made a terrible mistake by trying to talk to someone who she has so little information on.
We'll say that he just fell asleep mid-sentence. But,
You had a very long pause.
Narcolepsy.
yeah. No, but well, this is
By
like
the
an
way,
over.
as
This is like a
you find out,
160-year-old
who's going
man.
to follow MCA.
Oh God. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, so
Noise.
you can.
But if Easy starts talking again, he's gonna shut up.
All right.
Really.
Now, as you can see on the map, you remember that his mansion is located in Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah.
So, obviously, and so he continues. The competition will start from here all the way up the East Coast to Boston.
And for those of you following along at home, I'm going to post the map that Belial has provided in the video.
Yeah.
Beep boop, it's up. Can't really see it very well, but
I'll be waiting at Boston in order for you to collect your prize of, my wealth. The rules of this competition are simple. You all received, along with your invitation, small little slips made of plastic. These are called notes. These notes have a tracking device on them. So if you were to exit out of the area is located above. for the competition, then you will be automatically disqualified. The main rule is to get notes from your fellow competitors through combat. There will be a day or two grace period while you're heading to Georgetown, so that there is no unfair cheating. Isn't cheating already unfair?
Also, I'm just imagining he's also like internally going like, and so you fucking assholes don't turn my goddamn house into a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you get to the end of to Boston, then you will, if you get to Boston first, you will get a bonus of notes. But the main goal is to get notes from your competitors. The one with the most notes will win. You may clap now.
Malvolio claps. A respectable clap.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. You may indulge yourself on the food provided and find yourselves in the guest rooms on the second floor.
Okay.
Right. And then the projector goes off, and you just hear and as he walks out of the room.
Yeah.
Everyone waits in complete silence until the walking has stopped.
It stops. Immediate turn to MCA. So,
as you turn
fortune
to MCA, you just see that she's already got like one of the platters and is just nomming.
She's got dollar signs in her eyes.
No, she's just like as you turn, it's like so anyway, and then you just see like part of the buffet, like she's got like a plate from the buffet table already. She's like
Sandwich.
I love imagining this scene because there's people from all walks of life. There's like hillbillies probably. There's like rich people from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Washed up detective.
Yeah. There's like just this.
There's just this old man talking to them.
It looks almost like a fucking like a fucking wrestling promo with like the fucking like the giant hillbillies and the dude in the giant golden suit. And, the fucking, like a trio of people wearing power suits and shit. And it's like, what is this group of human beings even?
It's even weirder when, like, a bunch of the people there are just, like, completely covered toe-to-toe in clothing and, like...
Yeah, oh, yeah, no, there's like, it's fucking ridiculous.
There's so many people in business suits there.
Shaw, you turn to talk to MCA as she's eating a crab cake.
So, like Soldier of Fortune Tide, trying to make that last big score?
No, I'm, actually,
I'm still in?
Yeah, I'm still in. I'm working for the U.S. government.
Oh.
Actually, you can roll a careful roll. I'm gonna say you can roll a careful roll on this because there's something off about the way she's talking.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, holy hell! +2.
Okay, and that's a -1, 0,
Joke's on you.
0, 1. So you got +2?
Positive 2.
I got it exactly a 2 as well because for my sneaky. So I'd say you
Question:
probably
does tie go to the defender or the offender?
Well, a tie is basically is just a it becomes a it's whatever the actual like thing is. So it's in this case would be considered a boopy doopy doopy doop. It would be considered a mediocre success. So he probably doesn't pick up any new information aside from probably at least picking up on the fact that they're saying a little bit weird about her accent.
Something a bit off about him.
But yeah, it's not like super off or anything. It's just slightly weird. Like you can't place the region.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she goes, "Yeah, no, I'm still with the United States Marine Corps."
And you're operating in country?
Well, yeah, actually, I'm. She kind of looks around and thinks a little bit and says, I'm only really telling you this because I because my co-worker Elaine and you have already been talking. I think we might be working together soon. You know, I'm working with the FBI right now.
I gotcha. I mean, it must be wonderful that the whole Posse Comitatus Act got repealed so you guys can operate like this.
Clever to see if I know what the fuck he's talking about.
The Posse Comitatus Act, for the record, for anyone who's just here, is the act that says that the U.S. may not use the military for any internal policing.
Right,
Thank goodness Quad December happened.
Yeah, no, like, this is a major deal.
Okay, so that's a positive 2. So I'm like, oh, yeah, no, that's, yeah, same about the whole Quad December thing, but at the very least, you know, stopping those terrorists, those homegrown terrorists.
At that, he pulls out the flask, takes a drink, and puts it away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that whole rule thing, that just sounds like it's encouraged to start some backstabbing.
Well, you know what they say, bit of healthy paranoia is always good for, you know, keeping agents on their toes. And, you know, I imagine, with the way that the rules of this competition are set up as well, it's, you know, we're allowed to work together, but at the end of the day, it's whoever has the most notes independently, so, you know.
So what's the governance plan? Are you just going to eminent domain the lot of them when you get to Boston?
Yeah, well, the U.S. government could certainly use, the CIA could certainly, the FBI could certainly use the money. We're probably going to be, just on the DL, probably set someone up as the, as a puppet, you know, as a shell, and then funnel the money into black operations.
You're joking. That's way too simple for the government.
Yeah, well, you know, they don't always tell us Marines anything except Semper 5 and all that.
So what am I going ahead and paying taxes for then in that case anyway, if the government needs that kind of money?
Road work.
I suppose that will make this competition a little bit easier.
That's the idea. Speaking of which, do you have any idea what we're looking at in terms of transportation?
Well, I mean, I came in a car, but I got no idea what he's going to pull on us with this. Because, I mean, frankly, if we're just talking straight shot, that's like a 15-hour drive.
Plus, I can't imagine that, you know, our fellow competitors are going to be too kind on each other's vehicles. And I can tell you, for one, my pension doesn't cover, you know, that sort of damages.
That's what you get insurance for. Or don't you get the type that covers DACA? He actually holds up his hands in mindset.
Yeah, she puts up her hands like, oh, don't shoot.
I'll be back shortly.
Oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, well, you know, unfortunately not so much. And I'm using my own bike for this. So I was thinking probably it would be better if we got our own vehicle. Something big that can house a couple of people. He looks meaningfully over at Edward and Malvolio and Olivia. You know, a
Oh,
lot
you're
of
recruiting
people.
now, huh?
Well,
So,
it's gonna help.
tell me, what's the
Sunny
cut for
also
that
made
puppet?
her way back to Edward.
Okay.
By the way, I should
excellent.
say that.
Yeah. Well, what was your question, though, Kit?
So tell me, what's the cut for that puppet?
Well, pretty good. It has to look convincing after all. She looks at you and starts smiling like, you think you'd be interested in running a couple of companies for us?
Hell no. That being said, I know how to delegate.
Yeah, fair enough. Might be able to find a use for you. The U.S. government is always very interested in patriotic American citizens.
Oh, I'm patriotic.
Hell yeah, stars and stripes and all that.
Hamburgers, baseball,
Yeah, hamburgers, Ford trucks,
Freedom Eagles, Ford
Freedom
trucks.
Eagles,
And the absolute
stars and
sanctity of the
stripes.
Constitution.
Constitution God.
I didn't know we were describing Kintu again.
This is just that's
Yeah.
how Americans speak.
Yeah, and then she notices Edward and Malvolio coming over, and maybe
And
Elaine
Sunny.
is there. Let's get this
And
fucking group
a
here.
random butler that asks for all their phone numbers and presents a note for them to write it in.
Oh yeah, here, let me just sign that one in there. Doodly doodly do.
While she's doing that, Lee goes ahead and snatches Ordivore off of her tray.
Real sneaky. No.
No, this would be like just a quick.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just he holds out his mouth and he vacuums it in.
No, like Kung Fu Panda with the whole chopsticks fight thing. Think in that terms.
Oh.
I was going to say the knife game.
Ooh, that's good shrimp.
Oof. But yeah, so the
think
group is finally coming together as the shrimps are being eaten. Crab cakes.
Nab.
Hey. Hi.
Ah, hey, little girl, how you doing?
I'm not little, but okay.
Sorry, how old is she?
20.
20. Okay. Hey there, Miss.
Okay, at that, Shaw is going to look over at MCA.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you thought she was younger because around that age, from age like 18 to 22 or something, it's so hard to tell the age of people, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, even if MCA doesn't look back, he's immediately going to look back at her.
That's right. Yeah, she isn't because she's focused on Edward, and like she's wearing shades, so you can't really see her eyes, but they narrow a little bit, and she says, Edward, Edgeworth, how the hell are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right since our last talk. Nothing too major and all. Just starting to make some friends and all that.
Yeah, Edward.
Yeah, he's like. Yeah, he looks at her and he's just like, I'm in deep shit now.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't thinking. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot to explain, and you know that.
I think you might.
By the way, did you all write your phone numbers in the book?
Yes.
Sure.
Well, I wrote a
Alright,
fake
sweet.
phone number, but I wrote the phone number of a burner phone I have on me, but it's not my actual cell phone.
Good.
Yeah.
Quick clarification: I am allowed to compel my own
Yes.
aspects for fate points.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I see Edward having trouble being ganged up on by MCA and Sunny. Snee. I'm going to compel my own.
Got your back.
Got your back. And change the topic of the conversation away from Edward.
As long as Belial is willing to accept that as being a significantly
Yeah.
damaging thing, then you get a fate point. Yeah.
I accept that.
All right. Grab a fate.
I am
Beautiful.
keeping track of your fate points, by the way.
Almost
Like,
split my.
Lee
goddamn
has
thing.
0 right now, for example.
Lee has 1.
You burned it using the thing on the side, remember?
No, I didn't. I didn't
Why?
use any aspect for it.
Oh wait, no, that's not the.
Yeah.
I was thinking oh man,
That's cool.
my brain farted. Anyway, guess.
It's fine.
You used a stunt, and my brain was like, yeah,
That's
that's
a
a
thing.
aspect.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I would not have been able to use that stunt so many times
Oh
Yeah.
god, yeah.
if I had to.
But
That's
yeah,
fair.
so yeah, what do you change the conversation to, Melolio?
Okay. I would like to create an advantage.
Oh, okay.
Advantage.
And that is off guard, basically. I want, like, no one's expecting what Malvolio is about to say, so I want to get, like, a slight advantage to
Okay.
using his
Well,
stand.
it depends on what he's going to say.
Yeah.
So basically, this is a skill roll. So you're going to what skill
Yeah.
do you want? to use?
So I want the advantage. I want there to be like a hold on, what is it called?
So, like, are you going to say something that's particularly blunt, or...
No, I want something that's going to help him. The next thing he's about to say, convince everyone of what he's saying.
All right. And Balil, you get to, depending on what zombie is going to say or whatever, you get to set the difficulty. The average difficulty is usually a 2. But again, you get final say on like on the difficulty of this action.
Okay.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, can there be a scene with that way the scene aspects work, like the ones that are inherently there? Can there be one for everyone being off guard?
Yeah,
that
they can be
take advantage of,
social,
right?
they can be financial, they can be anything, as long as
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would everyone being off guard give me as a bonus?
You could basically, what you do is you create an aspect, and then later on you can, or an ally if you allow them, can use that to get essentially a free fate point on a roll, like a free +2 on a single roll.
But what I'm saying is, I don't want to create it. I want it to already be there, because that can happen too with the way the scene.
Oh well, yeah, just make it a part of the scene.
Well,
Yeah.
you'd have to create it in this case,
I'd
because
have to create
your action would be to create people being off guard.
No, I want to take advantage of people being off guard. Anyway, whatever. I'll just make the roll,
Yeah.
and then if we can talk about it afterwards. So
Don't worry,
Malvolio,
zombie. If we really need to, I have my backup.
Malvolio turns to everyone and he says, "So, what do you all plan on using your wishes for?"
Wishes?
This isn't a wish thing. This is a just getting a shitload of money.
I think
I know.
Okay, yeah. She's like, wait, what? And yeah,
What do you mean?
yeah. MCA says, well, if you mean the money, we're going to invest it in the American people.
Malvolio looks at everyone. What is the response everyone else has?
You're just getting a raised eyebrow out of Lee.
Elaine was not involved in the conversation, but she is taking notes the entire time.
Okay.
I guess I'd use it to kind of refurbish and get the office in a okay state.
Malvolio looks
I'd try
at
and find my. I'd try and find my sibling.
he says, "None of you knew, really?
Knew about what?
The wish. The reason for the race?"
So basically, you want to convince everyone here that like there is a
Yes.
wish involved. Okay,
There's a
so-
wish at the end of this.
So yeah, so that would be like creating that would be creating an advantage. So this would be a stealth roll.
That's great.
Sneaky.
Does that mean?
so you're
So
right.
that means everyone's gonna have to roll in response then.
If we're contesting it.
Yeah, if we want to contest it. Otherwise, you can create this thing, and you get to set the difficulty of like how hard it would be to convince us, or like to basically put this idea in. I am going to try and contest it because MCA doesn't believe there's a wish involved and is already naturally kind of suspicious of this stuff. So I'm going to contest with my careful.
Edward's not going to contest it as
Neutral.
any conversations prior to
What was his name
conversation.
again? What was the guy running its name again?
Easy.
Nick Easy.
Nick.
He's basically one of the first billionaires.
True American legend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a total of.
Don't
0.
look at a history book.
Plus 3 to plus 2 careful. What do you get, Zombie?
Hold on, I'm trying to work it out.
Work it out. I'm gonna work it out.
Work it out.
Gonna work it out.
Neutral,
Gonna
positive.
work it
It's 1. It's a 3.
Okay, so
out.
I'm going to use one of my fate points on the fact that I'm a disgraced order agent. As such, I've gotten enough information on the situation that I know that is nonsense, which boosts me up to a +5, a positive 4. Now this won't this won't protect everyone else, but this is just for MCA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and contest with Clever. Just line of reasoning being confronted with this. That's a 5. Wishes, fishes. That's a pretty good, way of throwing us off the trail, but, well, I'd like a wish like that. I sincerely doubt you.
Sorry to break it to you, kid, but magic ain't real.
So Elaine is by the way, for the record, she doesn't believe in wishes, but then again, she also about 6 months ago, she didn't believe in a woman that still had to watch her figure, even if she could force herself to lose weight. So she doesn't change the actual volume of an object; she only changes the mass of it. So she still has to watch her weight, even though she could literally.
She could literally
Just make
lose weight,
herself
but
lighter.
not the figurative sense
Yeah.
of losing fat.
But tell you what, I'll hear you out. What's the whole wish thing? Also, if magic isn't real, how did I pull that rabbit out of the hat one time?
Easy as a 160-year-old man, a self-made billionaire.
Uh-huh.
How else could he do it without wishes? It's the power of his stand.
Man, I've always really liked the Easy Button. It's a wonderful manufacturing that really just went ahead and completely transformed modern office work. That alone would be enough.
God damn it.
Now, what I'm going to say right now could either lead your characters to, work even further into Malvolio's thing, or consider him, be a little suspicious of it. But you do remember when you came into this place, you did feel a wash of, serenity. Remember, like peace.
Yeah.
When you walked into this building.
Yeah. For MCA, that doesn't really. That's kind of a neutral point because it's the sort of thing where she's like, there are stands, but there isn't any proof that his stand creates wishes.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's go ahead and say that we continue on with your story here. You say that his stand's power is giving him wishes?
Yes, I'm not sure on the specifics, but my mother, he's met her multiple times. She told me about his stand. They spoke about it once, a few years ago.
Your mother. And this is another person who MCA doesn't really have any information on because the Order doesn't have a lot of information on Medusa.
The rubrics.
Yeah, on the rubric family. So she's like, okay, I'm now curious. Like, you had my my interest, but now you have my attention. What is it?
Malvolio, quickly before you start that, Malvolio turns to the rest of the room and he says, "Look at some of the people in here. I assume Alan's group is in the room with us."
No, specifically, B and Alan are not here.
No, not Alan
Specifically
himself, but his.
You do see a
the people
bunch of
from head to toe.
yeah, people covered in clothes from head to toe.
A lot of wealthy people would be in here, right?
Yeah.
He says, "Do you think most of these people care about the money? I mean, it's a lot of money that he's offering, but there's something more. Trust me."
It's not just the money, though. With anything that's this large of a financial empire, there's a lot of power involved with it, too.
Yeah, NCA nods. The difference between money and power is often thin and can cross over pretty effectively. A lot of these people, they're not really interested in cash as much as they are in the political weight that comes with owning this much of American infrastructure.
Also, the easy button. Do I really need to go ahead and tell you how wonderful that thing is?
See, he's like, yeah, the easy button, that real thing that really.
And I thought you were an office
not
slave.
just the commercials.
It's
Easy
not the
office
Target
supplies.
commercials.
Has never you ever worked with one of them?
MCA shrugs. No.
Oh, the government has really got to get on this. It improves efficiency around the office by nearly 30%.
Really?
It's a button that says that was easy.
That's what I was thinking.
No, there's more to it than that.
It's good paperweight.
Okay, so the thing that he's not telling you here is that the Shaw siblings represent the Easy Button Manufacturing Corporation.
Okay. Yeah, MCA's like intrigued though. She's like, okay, I'm interested. What else does the Easy Button do?
Okay, look. So it's a networked solution, and there's this whole new concept that we've got coming down the line, that they've got coming down the line called the Internet of Things. You know that thing that like all the geeks are into? Sitting in front of their computers and just typing away. That's
Elaine scratches her head, by the way, at that, and
Edward is
DARPA.
rubbing his neck.
DARPANET, come on.
awkwardly.
This is gonna
Sunny
blow. In the future, you wanna be in
Sunny
the
pulls on her
ground
collar.
floor.
So he's like playing at her collar, like, like yeah.
Talking shit about nerdy.
Yeah.
Look, I'm telling you, you might think it's fringe now, but this is going to be the next big thing. And he is going to be put in a place to control a great deal of American... whoever wins this is going to be in a place to control a lot of American communication infrastructure. And by extension, if this goes worldwide, communication infrastructure across the world. You have no idea what kind of power that is.
My God, that's incredible.
Malvolio
crazy.
raises an eyebrow, wondering how much he's getting paid to do this.
Answer, quite a bit.
Malvolio then turns to Edward. Well, what about you, Edward? Do you believe me?
Hold on, I want to frame this scene correctly.
Yeah.
As you ask this, Edward, in your vision, like the area around Malvolio's face softens and lightens, and the image of his face in your mind's eye is like kind of almost shimmering a little bit.
Oh, what's more, a soft voice in your ear says,
I know this
it's a Chinese American man's voice, but you probably don't notice that in the moment.
Yeah, Spandau Ballet's song "True" plays in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Thank you,
I mean,
Edward.
it's-
Malvolio smiles. By the way, Baloo,
Mhm.
everyone who Malvolio has been networking with throughout the session so far,
Yes.
in the day, I think in game, which is a lot of people that he's been talking to. He's the son of a rich businesswoman. He's used to networking. He's also dropped this idea of wish on them as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyway.
Well, then I'm gonna have to figure out
How many
after
of them actually believe him?
after the session on how many will. Yeah, on how many actually believe.
Oh, none of these people need to believe me. The rumor just needs to get out there.
You know, this will probably just bring in way more people into the competition. Right?
More notes to grab.
Wouldn't be a
More
problem.
notes, yeah.
No one can beat Olivia.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. Anyway,
Actually, that brings us to an hour mark. So, Bleal, assuming you have another hour in you, we can take a little break here, and then...
yeah, we can totally have 1 more hour. We probably won't begin the actual competition yet, but we'll probably...
We still need to get our car and...
He agreed to a 5-hour session.
Yeah, we'll see how the next hour goes, and if Bleal's still up for a 4th hour after it, then yay. If not, boo, but fine, fair. In the meantime, though, we're going to take a little break. We will see you guys for the possible final hour of Week 1, Episode 3. See you guys soon.
Mm-hmm.